Hello friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish and thank you for watching my videos on Vedic Astrology. In today's video, we will be looking at the chart of Palestine. I'm very thankful to everyone for giving me their overwhelming support and your response to my previous video where I highlighted the astrological perspective of the recent conflict between Israel and Hamas. Now we all know that Palestine is a country which has always been under the state of war, miseries, challenges. So it's good to see the chart, the birth chart of Palestine also, to understand why the country, why the people of Palestine has to go through all these miseries and the sufferings. Astrologically, you can see anything if you know how this science works. Now, I would also request, my humble request to those who do not believe in astrology, please do not watch this video because it's not meant for you. If you believe in astrology, if you believe that there is some level of higher consciousness, which are the planets who govern us, who rule us, who decides the fate of us based on the previous life karmas, then you should believe in astrology. Otherwise, there's no need. And astrology is a science of, again, know before you go. It determines the probability curve of what is likelihood of happening based on the planetary position at the time of the birth of any country or any person, or also the progression year to year to year to year. Now, I know many people question, challenge astrologers. It's not good. When you go to a doctor or any engineer, or you use any kind of a technology, those things also fail. Those things also predict the futuristic probability curve. But do you start saying that, oh, I don't believe in this science because my doctor failed? Or I don't believe in this science because the electronic surveillance system, intelligence system, or billions and billions of dollars people have used to create those scientific artifacts and the tools, which also fails at some point. So it doesn't mean that the science does not exist. The framework does not exist. Please be open to the concept that astrology also the similar science as the other science. If you are having an unhealthy body and you go to a doctor and doctor says you have a probability of getting into a heart disease or into a diabetes, even if you don't get it, but that doesn't mean the science is wrong. You still have the probability, and 8 out of 10 times it will actually happen. So please broaden your horizon, awaken your consciousness. We as a human beings are not immortal beings. There is a definite curve of destiny and the fate which keeps governing us. Where you will be born, where will you die, who will be your parents, who will be your brothers, who will be your sisters, what kind of a destiny, what kind of a cage you will get, is all coming through the governance of these planets which rule us. So again, my humble request, if you don't believe in this, please do not watch this video, because I put a lot of my efforts, my energies, my devotion and dedication to make this. And please do not spread any hatred on the comments what you put over my videos. I have a humble request. Watch it, learn it, understand it. If you have a consciousness to understand and explore your own self, then you will definitely understand what I'm trying to say and definitely feel connected to the subject of astrology. If not, then in this life, your consciousness is not evolved to that extent that you can understand the science of divinity, the science of the gods. So I'm coming back to the topic. This video is about Palestine. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you my hypothesis, what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to come to a conclusion, what is about to happen and what is happening. We will start with the Palestine's birth chart, which is 15th of November 1988, 1:40 a.m. Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is the capital, what they use, and we will use the same longitude, latitude. And then we will do their this is a birth chart analysis, that what causes the suffering and the miseries to the people of Palestine since their origin. And then we will go into the future, that what does 2023 October till the next year of 2024 is telling about Palestine. We will see the Tithi Pravesh chart, and we will see the solar return chart, which is from November 15, 2023 till November of 2024, to see the next year of Palestine. This is the technique what we use in mundane astrology to understand what is about to come. So if you want to jump to the topics, you can go. I will put the chapters beneath this video. If you have not watched the previous video about the Israel conflict with Hamas, which I published last week, I will put a link to that also. If you are learning astrology, then watch the whole video so you understand what are the charts we see when we are doing the mundane astrology and how we come to the conclusion. I'm not a kind of an astrologer who just close my eyes and say this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. How do you know that what I'm doing? Am I reading from a Google or just telling you the news? This is the reason why I show you exactly what is my analysis, what is my hypothesis. Please, you need to understand. I know people don't have patience to go through that long video, but again, this science is coming to you free of cost. If you respect it, it will respect you too. But if you don't respect it, but then it won't respect you either. So let's get into the chart. So here's the chart of Palestine. What I'm doing is I'm taking the birth chart, Palestine's birth chart. The date is 15th November 1988. I researched it over the Google and found it. And the capital they use is Jerusalem. And the longitude and the latitude of the Jerusalem matters. 35 degree 14 minutes east, 31 degree 46 minutes north. And the time of the origin of this country, Palestine, was 1:40 a.m. And this is the information you can find on Wikipedia or in the Google. And now this is the birth chart of Palestine. Okay, and we will start dissecting into it what I see, my observations, and I have also listed it in the document here. If you want to just read this, you can go over it. But I will go over step by step to explain what is Palestine is all about, why there's a suffering and the miseries, and what is about to come also. Now, first thing we will see the first house. You see, this is the first house of Palestine, which is ruled by Virgo. So the ascendant lord becomes Mercury. So Mercury, the ascendant lord for Palestine, is sitting in the second house, right in here in the chakra chart, Bhavachalit chart we call. And it is sitting with a debilitated sun. Sun is debilitated planet here. So that means the sun will give the malefic results here. And sun is also the lord of 12th house. This is the house what sun rules. So 12th house lord, sun, which is debilitated, is sitting with Mercury, and then there's an aspect of Mars on it. 8th aspect of Mars landing on Mercury. So it shows that the ascendant lord itself, the prime minister or the ascendant of this chart, is afflicted, badly afflicted. And what does it mean? It indicates continuous struggles, losses, disappointments to the people, and many tragic events happening or will happen to this country. Again, if the ascendant lord is afflicted, the first house is where the ascendant lord is. First house is all about the nation, the people, the feel of that nation, how the people feel, what will be the growth factor. And the affliction to Mercury with debilitated sun, which is lord of 12th house of losses also, and Mars sitting in 7th house. 7th is house of war, plots by enemies, challenges from the foreign invaders. And again, it is afflicting the ascendant lord of Palestine, which is causing distress, challenges, and lot of miseries and continuous struggle. Now, what is happening in the first house itself? You see Venus is sitting here, and Venus is also debilitated. Debilitated planet means the planet which rules it, which loses its power and its strength to give any good results. And debilitated planet gives the challenging problem and the miseries. And Venus rules woman. Venus rules woman and children as its natural significator. So suffering to woman, suffering to children unhappiness, and poor quality of life will be there for the people of Palestine. Mars is expecting it again, so again always a war zone, always struggles, always plots by enemy will be faced by the people of Palestine. And then Saturn, which is again a malefic planet. So Mars is malefic, aspecting Venus. Venus is debilitated already in the first house, showing the health and hygiene of women and children will suffer. Saturn aspecting also, the Saturn's 10th aspect is landing on Venus. It is also showing unhappiness. So Saturn causes unhappiness, challenges, problem and miseries, and poor hygiene conditions also. So you see that the first house itself is heavily afflicted. Afflicted. The Lord of first house, Mercury, is also afflicted. So this is a challenge for the people of Palestine to go through the miseries, challenges, lack of health, hygiene, and condition of women. Children will suffer. Most of the tragic events will happen in their life. Disappointments will carry on. And then Mars aspecting first house, it is always creating it as a war zone. Seventh house is house of your enemies, your neighbors. And Mars sitting in air, Mars is fire, Mars is injuries, surgeries, attacks, plots. It is showing very clearly why Palestine is always under the condition of war. Now, other point I have is Rahu in sixth house. Now, sixth house is house of military. It's also house of enemies. And Rahu is also an even planet. So sitting in sixth house, it shows poor public health. Sixth is house of health. It shows plots by enemy again. And it is aspected by Saturn. So when Saturn and Rahu, in any way they combine, they connect through aspect, through conjunctions, or through the 90-degree square Saturn to Rahu, they always causes challenges. Huge. It's the most evil combination. Saturn 1, 2, 3 is aspecting the third aspect of Saturn landing on Rahu. It shows that there will be huge, tremendous, and continuous military attacks. This is the house of military. This is the house of health. This is house of their public health, and the house of warlike conditions. So again, Rahu sitting in here, and the deadly combination of Saturn shows that this is an area of struggle for the people of Palestine. Now, Jupiter is retrograde in the chart of Palestine, and it is aspecting the first house. So what does it mean? So Jupiter is normally a good planet. It is a planet which gives you the protection, which gives you the shelter. And Jupiter is sitting in the ninth house of religion, and philosophy. So you see, Jupiter will try to protect them, give them the safety and the security to live in this country. And it also indicates that the philosophy and the religion influence on the people will be there, because Jupiter rules. Jupiter is also, itself is a planet of religion, planet of philosophy, planet of knowledge. And sitting in ninth house is also house of continuous learning, continuous education, and religion and philosophy. So that is what is aspecting first house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which indicates that this country will be influenced by the matters of religion and philosophical nature. And it is also protecting this country as a shield, because Jupiter is a good planet which protects even the Mother Earth by taking all the cosmic storms which is coming towards the Earth, towards its own planet, Jupiter. So that is a protection coming in here. But you see the moon. Moon is the mind of the people. Moon is the condition of the people who are living inside it. And moon is badly hemmed between Saturn and Rahu. So this also says that it causes discontentment among the people. And this is happening in the fifth house. Fifth house is house of happiness and sorrows. So you see, one side is Saturn, other side is Rahu. It's called hemming. Hemming of the moon. We call it Papa Khatri Yoga, Papa Khatri Dosha or Yoga in Vedic astrology. When your moon has been hemmed by two malefic planets from either side, this shows the emotional distress. depression, challenges. And since it's happening in the fifth house, fifth is house of children. Children are always suffering in this country. It is also a house of happiness and sorrows and entertainment. So there's a lot of sorrows in this country, a lot of unhappiness in this country, a lot of distress and discontentment, which is what easily been seen from the chart of Palestine. So now you understand in the birth chart how many weaknesses we can see in this. Now, Jupiter, which is trying to help, it's also retro. So when the planet is retro, it loses its influence. And again, it is a good planet aspecting first house. But philosophical nature, religious nature, shelter is there. But being a retrograde, it is perceived to be going towards opposite direction. If we see from the planet Earth. So it loses its influence, it loses its power. So that is again a challenge here, that it's trying to protect, but again, there will be some highs and lows during that. And another thing which I would like to see is the D9 chart, the Navamsha chart, we call the soul of the horoscope. In D9 chart, you see moon is again badly hemmed between Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu is sitting with moon in the second house. Second is house of financial conditions, banking system, communication, speech, and accumulation of knowledge. You see where moon is sitting with Rahu, these areas are all severely afflicted. And then it is having aspect from Ketu and also the aspect of Venus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh aspect of Venus and Ketu from 8th house. 8th is house of challenges, suffering, problems. And Venus in 8th house again indicates here in the D9 chart, most of the women and children will suffer the most. And Saturn is also joining the party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Saturn aspect again on the moon is showing how much discontentment and distress the people, the masses of Palestine will suffer throughout their life. So this chart is very weak. Unless the chart has good strong pillars and the foundations, even if 1 year or 2 year is bad, you can still continue to do well. Because life is always about ups and downs. So if your 1 year is bad, second year is bad, but there could be some good years and your base, your strength, your base chart, your birth chart is very strong to get you out of those distresses. Here we see many issues and challenges in the chart of Palestine. And we also want to know what is the Rashi. So Rashi is where the moon is. So they are born in Capricorn Rashi. Capricorn is the Rashi means the zodiac sign where moon is. And the moon is in the nakshatra of Uttarashada. So this is where we will open the chart of Sarvatobhadra Chakra. And we see that Capricorn at the time of their origin was being hemmed by Saturn and Rahu. There was a Veda called a piercing. So two malefic, there's one benefic also moon, but moon is already hemmed between Rahu and Saturn. But you see in here this particular Rashi and this particular nakshatra where moon is. So this Rashi is hemmed by Rahu and Saturn. There's a Mercury also joining here. But these two are the evil planets. Shows distress and problem and challenges. And Uttarashada, the nakshatra, it doesn't have any bad Veda, so which is a good sign. Again, you see the birth chart coming to the main points that Mars is always making it as a war zone. Venus is debilitated. Women and children health will suffer. Mercury, the ascendant lord, is bad, sitting with Sun, the lord of 12th house, losses, challenges, disappointment, sadness. Moon is badly afflicted by Saturn and Rahu. Unhappiness, discontentment, poor health and hygiene conditions. So Jupiter is the only planet which is helping them to strive and to survive, giving them the shelter and also on the basis of philosophy and religion. But being a retrograde, it loses its influence too. So this is the analysis of their birth chart. And from here we can understand why this problem, why Palestine or the people of Palestine are suffering so much. See, astrological perspective, okay? And astrological perspective can literally tell what is the strength of that nation. And here we see there is definitely a problem. Now, after this, I'll go to about the future of the country. And to do that, we'll open the Tithi Pravesh chart and we'll observe few things. And then we'll do the solar returns, the Tajika chart we call. Tajika is the solar returns. And we also observe some of the things to evaluate how the 2024 or end of 2023 will be for the people of Palestine. So let's do that one by one. I will open the Tithi Pravesh chart and then I'll go into the solar returns chart. So to create the Tithi Pravesh chart, again we use the birth chart and then we go to the Tithi Pravesh and they say 2023. So Tithi Pravesh means the same Tithi, same lunar day of 2023 compared to the lunar day of 1988. So this shows the new year, Tithi Pravesh, the new year for the Palestine based on their birth chart. So we'll say 2023 Tithi Pravesh and then we say find Tithi Pravesh chart, and here we got it. We got this chart. The Tithi means, see, when the Palestine was, the birth of Palestine, the Tithi was Shukla Shashti, 54.25 degree left. And the same thing happened on October 20th. The same Tithi happens. This is a line. So the moon is at the same degree, same horizon, same place in 2023 compared to 1988, and this happened on October 20th, 2023. So this becomes a Tithi Pravesh chart of 2023, which will last for 1 year, okay, till the next October or next 2024 Tithi Pravesh. So look at this is the annual chart. We call it annual chart as per the moon transit, the Tithi of moon. Tithi is the moon, degree of moon, where it was at the time of birth and where it is every year to year. So now this Tithi Pravesh chart tells us more things which is about to come. So in Tithi Pravesh chart, if you see the Lagna of Tithi Pravesh, you see Rahu sitting in the 7th house with retrograde Jupiter, and again Mars is aspecting it. So Mars is causing the fire, the war-like situation, the challenges, the conflicts, and the plots by the enemy. And Saturn is aspecting this combination. 1, 2, 3, third aspect of Saturn is landing, which shows the military movements, strikes, war-like conditions, and sickness and plots by the enemies. Overall, the unhappiness. This is the house of happiness and unhappiness. So you can see Saturn aspecting this combination, Mars aspecting this combination. Again, 7th is always the house of your enemies, your open enemies. And this is also the house of your war, your neighbors. And Mars aspecting this, you can understand that it is showing the war-like conditions, challenges, and suffering to the people because Saturn from the 5th house, which is the house of your happiness, your sorrows, your entertainment, people who are living in Palestine, it has been badly afflicted. Now, if you go to the Kaspal chart, the Chakra chart, here also you see the 7th house has been aspected by Mars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th aspect of Mars is landing here. And Mars is the lord of this house, sitting in the 12th house of losses, along with Mercury and Sun. Mercury is the lord of 12th house of losses, sitting with Mars, highly afflicting it. And again, this whole combination is aspecting Jupiter. Jupiter is sitting in its own house in Pisces. 6th is house of military movement. 6th is house of public health. 6th is house of the plots by the enemy. This is the house of enemy also. Jupiter is there to protect, but Jupiter is also coming under the influence of Mars from 12th house, showing the killings to the military leaders, problem to the military, challenges to the healthcare, and also lot of plots by the enemy to be executed. And again, Mercury sitting here in the 12th house, expecting same thing, showing that losses are about to come. So the Tithi Pravesh chart also says the same thing, that the war is going to happen. The conditions like war will remain there, and there will be huge challenges and the problems what people will face. And you see that in the D9 also, Mars and Saturn aspects Venus. So Saturn is aspecting Venus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Mars is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th aspect of Mars is also landing here. So Venus is the condition of women and children. And Saturn aspect in here from the 7th house of war. And Mars is the planet of war, fire, bomb shelling, injuries, uh, a lot of sufferings, cuts and wounds. It's all shown in the fourth house. Fourth is your motherland. Fourth is the house. Fourth is your real estate. And the Venus sitting in here, it represents women and children. So Tithi Pravesh chart also suggests that the year 2024 is not going to be easy. It's going to be very, very challenging, very, very problematic. I don't see this war is stopping anywhere soon, to be honest. Please watch my previous video where I have predicted the chart of Israel. When is the time? Somewhere in November, when there will be some kind of a intervention being done by other countries, maybe on the religious ground and philosophical ground. They may bring some help, but that is temporary. It's not going to work for longer term. So this country will remain in the state of war and face challenges, miseries, problems just by looking at the Tithi Pravesh chart. Now I'm going back to the natal chart, and now the last chart what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the chart of solar returns when the sun comes to the same point in 2023, same degree as in 1988 when this country was born. So to do the Tajga chart, we go to Tajga chart tab here, and then we say 2023, find Tajga sunrise chart. And here you see that sun in the 28 degree Leo, 28 degree 21 minutes in Leo. And this is the same point when sun was at the time of the birth. If you go to the birth chart, you see the same thing, 29 degree Leo and 9 minutes. And if we do the sunrise chart, it is almost 28 degree 21, almost the same, because we're taking the sunrise chart, not the real Tajka chart. Sunrise is the most important chart here. So if we take this chart, sunrise, we see here again, Mars is sitting in the first house, aspecting seventh house. And Venus is, again, it shows the condition of women, children, happiness, is afflicted by Ketu. And 12th Lord Sun is again aspecting Jupiter here. So 7th is house of war. Mars, whenever aspecting in 7th house, sitting in 7th house, war-like situation, plots by enemies, they get active. And 6th is the house where your military conditions, your health conditions, war-like situation happens, because 6th house moves your military. It shows your hidden enemies also. So again, when Saturn aspect this there, Saturn's 1, 2, 3, third aspect is landing here. Sun aspect is landing here from the 12th house. It shows losses. And Saturn aspects Jupiter. Again, Jupiter and Saturn creates a very deadly combination. One side is philosophy, religion, good intention, but Saturn will make it bring a lot of miseries and unhappiness during this period also. So this shows again that the condition of the people of Palestine, or the country as a whole, will remain in the state of war throughout the year of 23 till 2024. So this is the annual chart, what we see for Palestine. And you see Saturn aspecting this 6th house, hidden enemies. Again, they got activated. Sun will bring losses and challenges. Venus sitting with Ketu is afflicted, showing the problem and challenges what the people and the children, the woman will go through. Mars aspecting 7th house is definitely a war-like zone, war-like situation, burning, injuries, cuts, wounds. Your health system deteriorates. So lots of miseries and unhappiness happen in there. And Rahu is in 5th house. Again, it is afflicting the general happiness of the people. So 5th is house of happiness, sorrows. Rahu is an evil planet sitting in here. Again, adding fire to the salt to the wounds. So this is again showing a lots of distress in this chart. And based on this analysis, based on all the 3 chart analysis, the birth chart is very, very important. And when you see the birth chart has an affliction, if your yearly charts also have affliction, that this affliction magnitude goes very high, because there's no help. If your birth chart is very strong, your birth chart rules your destiny. It defines your weakness and the strength. If that is very strong and the years are a little bit going into the problem, but your birth chart supports it, guides it, and helps you, supports you. But if the birth chart itself has a problems, and then the yearly charts are also showing the issues and challenges, then you can see how big the problem can get into. My heart goes out to the people of Palestine. I seriously don't want any innocent to suffer, be it be person of any country, any religion. And I really pray and wish that peace must and should prevail. But astrologically, from my knowledge, from my studies, and showing you these charts, the three charts, birth chart, Tajika, Tithi, Pravesh, they all are indicating the next 1 year is going to be the troublesome miseries, challenges, wounds, cuts, fire situation, enemy plots, destruction, miseries, unhappiness, bad health conditions, everything will go in there. So again, please do not spread hatred. Please do not write any hate comments on my channel. It is a channel of good karmas. It is a channel of knowledge. It is a channel of education. It is a channel of devotion, dedication, happiness, peace, and prosperity. So like it, share it, accumulate good karmas. And if you don't like it, please do not watch it. Please do not follow me. Please do not go into any astrological readings, because that is not for you. Again, in my next video, I will be doing a chart of United States. We have a solar eclipse today, which is an epicenter in the North America. So I will highlight what is about to come for US. But feel free to put your comments on what country you want me to analyze their charts. I know there's another country, Iran and Lebanon, which is also within the epicenter of this war zone. I will look at their charts also. In my next videos about to come, I will do Lebanon, I will do Iran, and I will do United States also. Send me your comments, send me your likes, send me your emails, and please send your good wishes and prayers to the people of Israel, to the people of Palestine, and we should all hope and pray for the peace to prevail. Myself, Astrologer Mohnish, and I'm very thankful for you to watching my videos and learning from me. And I will see you in my next video very soon. Until then, God bless and stay safe. Thank you very much.